Pocophone F1 Review. Xiaomi's new Pocophone F1 is here with flagship specs at an almost budget price. The Pocophone F1 looks and feel rather generic. We were obviously not expecting Note 9-like levels of design refinement, but the F1 falls short compared to competitors in its price range, and even some cheaper alternatives. The feeling of cheapness largely comes from the polycarbonate back of the device. It's not that it's shoddy or flimsy, far from it. The finish of the dark grey, graphite black, version mimics metal quite well, but the F1 definitely feels less premium than the OnePlus 6 or Honor 10. On the flip side, the plastic back should fare better when dropped, even if it will scratch and wear faster than glass. On paper, it's almost as though this phone has been specifically designed to subvert the likes of the OnePlus 6. It matches the former in terms of processor and memory allocation, as well as running on a foundation of Android 8.1 Oreo with an upgrade to Android 9.0 Pie promised within 3 months of launch, along with an upgrade of MIUI 9.6 to MIUI 10. The display. The Pocophone F1 features a 5.99-inch IPS LCD display, featuring a resolution of 1080 x 2246 pixels, 18:9. At 416 dpi, the pixel density is high enough to make pixels unnoticeable. Colors are nice and punchy, though OLED would have obviously got you better contrast rates and viewing angles. The only minor issue worth noting is outdoors legibility at full brightness. Text can be a little smudgy. Camera performance. Moving on with our Pocophone F1 review, the rear camera on the device is a tricky thing. In theory, it sounds great, a dual camera setup comprising a 12MP main sensor and a 5MP secondary one for depth information. In practice, performance is inconsistent. In most cases, especially in good lighting conditions outdoors, the Pocophone F1 manages to take some brilliant shots with a good amount of detail. The portrait mode too is close to perfect, with excellent edge detection. Xiaomi has almost cracked portrait modes on budget and mid-range smartphones, as we saw in the Redmi Note 5 Pro or the Mi A2. NFC is missing from the Pocophone F1, which is a shame, considering the Pocophone F1 will be sold in Europe, where NFC payment terminals are common. The USB Type-C port is a welcome surprise. Given how Xiaomi had to cut other features down, we were expecting an older micro USB port similar to the Vivo X21. The Pocophone F1 features a single speaker, found on the bottom. Only one of the two grills houses a speaker. It gets pretty loud, but it tends to buzz at high volumes. The Pocophone F1 boasts a bigger battery than the OnePlus 6 too. If the whopping 4000 mAh cell is anything like the one found inside the Huawei P20 Pro, it should serve up a solid day and a half of use for even demanding users. Such power also makes this device a solid option for mobile gamers, who will also appreciate the large, notched, 6.18-inch 1080 x 2246 LCD screen and the inclusion of a 3.5mm headphone jack. For a lot less than similar spec phones, you get a Snapdragon 845 and loads of other top-notch features including up to 8GB of RAM and 256GB of storage. Furthermore, you get decent cameras, a large battery and a crisp screen. The design might not be the most svelte, but clever tricks make it seem slimmer than it is, and the extra weight is worth it for the battery. We're holding off on a final score while we sort out benchmark issues.